Insider releases humiliating secret informative about Trump family. There's hell to pay for this by Al Waisman for dailyvine.com. The rag of a so-called news site, Liberals Unite, is now quoting the yellow press magazine Us Weekly, although they are known for publishing fake news stories. Here is the story from Liberals Unite. You be the judge. No matter your opinion of her, it can't be easy for Melania Trump to deal with all these scandals following her husband and with the recent news of multiple affairs after just giving birth to their son, Barron. It isn't surprising she would be miserable. The U.S. Weekly article asserts that her life has gotten worse since Playboy playmate Karen McDougal recently described her 10-month affair with Donald, and adult film star Stormy Daniels, whose real name is Stephanie Clifford, appeared on 60 Minutes and told the world about her sexual encounter with Donald in 2006. That she spanked him with a magazine in which he was featured on the cover, and that she and her infant daughter were threatened and told to stop talking about Trump. But women said the president told them they reminded him of his daughter, Ivanka. The endless coverage has taken a toll. Melania made a last-minute decision to not accompany her husband on a trip last week and took her own motorcade instead, so she would avoid photos of them together. The U.S. Weekly source said of Melania, she is very independent. Stephanie Gershom, a spokesperson for the First Lady, said Melania is focusing on motherhood and enjoying some time at Mar-a-Lago, focusing on future projects. But an insider close to the Trump family painted a more dire picture, saying Melania is humiliated and her emotional state is even worse. She is very, very unhappy with her life. If she could, she would get away from Donald and just be with her son. This news is not at all surprising. It was pretty clear the First Lady was not happy on Inauguration Day after footage of her scowling behind the president went viral. Now let's try to figure this out. First, notice how they start the article, no matter what your opinion of her, meaning our First Lady Melania Trump. Right there, you see these liberals who write for this so-called magazine can't even manage to hide their obvious bias and disdain for even a second. And what has the First Lady ever done to them? Now let's move on to the affair angle. Both the president and Daniels have denied having an affair, but she still talked to Anderson Cooper about the alleged relationship she had with the president back in 2006 and 2007. Along with Daniels' own account of what went on during the alleged affair, the 60-minute segment also included an examination of the potential legal and political ramifications of the $130,000 payment that Mr. Trump's attorney Michael Cohen claims he made to Daniels using his own funds. Daniels accepted the money in return for signing a confidentiality agreement, which she now claims isn't binding because Trump never signed it himself. Daniels has gone on to sue in a California court, claiming the confidentiality agreement between her and the president is invalid because he allegedly never signed it. But the president's attorneys are seeking to move the case to federal court and claim Daniels is liable for more than $20 million in damages for violations of the agreement. As far as the Melania breaking protocol lie and arriving at Air Force One in different motorcades, the truth of the matter is that the First Lady had a speech to give right before leaving that day and came straight from another part of town. As simple as that. As you can clearly see, all the fake points this liberal article makes have an explanation. There is no inside source. And this might very well be even faker than the Russian dossier the DNC and Hillary Clinton paid for during the 2016 election. What I really can't seem to understand about all this is why what the president did over a decade is an issue, but what a sitting president did while in the Oval Office with one of his impressionable interns wasn't. Why were Bill Clinton's indiscretions while in the White House. None of my business, but what Donald Trump did 12 years ago is supposed to bother me? Are the liberals actually trying to convince us now that they somehow developed a moral compass? That's a joke, right? Or is it just because of political expedience and the constant fight to try to get rid of President Trump, you think? No, this can't be political. After all, the new face of the Democrat Party is now a whiny 17-year-old who is trying to bully us law-abiding American citizens to turn in our guns, and washed-up porn star trying to extort money out of a Republican president. No, it can't be political. Yeah, I like that, the ending. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.